Now let us a small derivation on finding the electric potential due to a charged ring. Electrostatics 28. Uh, and this is a ring of radius capital R. From here to here is your capital R, the radius of the ring. Has a charge capital Q uniformly distributed over the circumference. On the circumference of this ring, charge is distributed, uniformly distributed. Uniformly distributed means if you consider 1 centimeter here, the amount of charge on it will be equal to the amount of charge on 1 centimeter of the ring at any other portion of the ring. Means if you consider 1 centimeter here, 1 centimeter here, 1 centimeter here, 1 centimeter here, each 1 centimeter will contain the same charge. That is same thing as saying it is uniformly distributed. Find the electric potential at a point P. This is a point P at a distance x from O. The electric potential on the axis of the ring at a distance x from the center of the ring, and hence find the electric field at point P. Before we proceed, we must know what is the electric potential. In my previous lectures, theory lectures, I had derived, suppose here is a charge Q and there is a test charge here. This Q, which is positive, is pushing this charge to this side with a force 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, this Q into this divided by distance square. So if you bring this charge to this side, you have to do some work. By bringing this test charge from infinity to this point, the amount of work done was this much, where r is the distance from O to A. That is the distance from the charge capital Q. So this was the amount of work done, and this was called the electric potential. Symbol was V due to this charge capital Q at a point A, which is at a distance small r. If you bring this charge further nearer, this r will decrease. Now look at the expression. This is a fraction. If r decreases, this value increases. Therefore, potential increases. So as you come nearer a charge, the electric potential due to that charge increases, right? It is a scalar quantity. 1 by 4 pi epsilon is a constant. I write it as K Q over R. This was the expression for electric potential which we had derived. Now, instead of a point charge, now I have a ring. This is a ring. Instead of a single point charge Q, like here, now we have a ring. We have a ring on which capital Q is distributed uniformly. And this is the point where the electric potential is to be found out along the x-axis at a distance x. From here to here is the radius of the ring. Consider a small part here, small part of the ring. On the whole ring, the charge distributed is capital Q. So on this small part, let the charge is equal to dq, a small amount of charge. Now if from here to here is capital R, from here to here is x, then this charge dq is at what distance from here? This distance, which is equal to r square plus x square, square root of that, or x square plus r square, square root of that. So the distance of this charge dq from here is this much. And look here, potential was 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, charge over distance. So due to this much of charge dq, which is at a distance the potential here due to this much charge will be how much? So consider a small part of the ring at A. Let dq the charge in this small part. its distance from P, I explained, its distance from P, I explained, is x square plus r square, square root of that. So due to this small part, the potential at point P here, due to this much of charge, will be K into that amount of small charge over distance, because your V was K charge over distance. Now this ring has many number of such dq, 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 dq all over the ring. So if you collect together, that is integrate, so that will be the total potential here due to the whole of the ring. So due to the small part, the potential is dV. Small potential is K charge over distance. The ring has many such small parts, each small part having charge dq. So the total potential will be V is equal to integration of dV. So for dV, I put K dq over this. K is a constant, this distance is a constant, is taken out of the integration, so I am left with dq. So dq, integration of dq is the total Q, capital Q, that is on the ring. So this is the electric potential due to the ring at a distance x from the center of the ring, at a distance x from the center of the ring at point P. Now let us find the electric field at P. We have also derived previously electric field E is equal to minus dV over dr, means how the potential is changing with respect to distance, the negative of that. Here in this case, the electric field will be along x-axis. Why I will explain. So it will be minus dV by dx. Why it will be along x-axis? Now let me explain. Let me explain. Now look, this is your ring on which charge is distributed, uniformly. This is the radius of the ring, this distance is x. To find field here at the point P, I have to give a test charge. Now this dq, if this is positive, this test charge is also positive, so this will push this test charge to this side. Let it be dE1. The force experienced by a test charge is called electric field, written by capital E. So this dE1 will have one component like this, another component like this. If this is theta, then this will be theta. So this will be your dE1 cos theta. This will be your dE1 sin theta. Exactly opposite point here. If you consider the same amount of charge dq here, this dq will push this to this side. Now this distance is same as this, so this dE2 will be same in magnitude as dE1. Now this will also be theta, so this will also be theta. So this dE2 will have one component like this, one component like this, that is dE2 sin theta. This will be dE2 cos theta. So each opposite pair, if you consider here and here, here and here, here and here, here and here, when you consider their components here, their sine components will cancel, only cos component will remain. So the field is along the x-axis. So that is why I said, since it is a ring here, the field will be along the x-axis. So your field, our electric field Ex will be minus dV over dx. This is what I just explained you now. We have found out V this much. Let us differentiate this with respect to x. Let us differentiate this with respect to x. So Ex minus d, this is your V, which I just derived, dV over dx. K is a constant, Q is a constant taken out. So I am left with, I take this to the numerator, so it becomes minus 1 by 2. So this remains as this, same thing as this. So derivative of this with respect to this multiplied by derivative of this with respect to dx, because when you cancel it remains same as it was before. By doing so, this comes under a formula. This minus 1 by 2 is taken out and its power, this power is reduced by 1, and then whole into derivative of x square with respect to dx plus dr square over dx. This r is a constant, so this part is 0. So this part is 0. So this part is 0 and this becomes 2 times x. So minus minus becomes plus, kq over 2. So x square plus r square minus, this becomes minus 3 over 2. I am left with 2x here. Now, so kq over 2, x square plus r square minus 3 over 2, this becomes your 2x. Now this 2 cancels, so I am left with kqx over x square plus r square 3 by 2. Here this is minus 3 by 2, I make it 1 over. So this is 1 over x square plus r square over 3 by 2. So this is the electric field along x-axis. Now we can find V, potential and electric field due to a disk which has uniform surface charge density. That will be easier now, because for a disk, we'll consider like this. We'll consider a ring like this, 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 ring like this. So the contribution of each ring will be found out here, and that will be the total contribution of the disk.